Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure having you all here. And I guess you'll be wondering, what is it that's about to go on? But as you can see, I have Judge Shedrack Commander. George is a law student in the US, and he's also the founder of the Necessity Farm. And he has this event coming up. It's a formal launch of his farm, and we want to talk a bit about that. I want to support a brother.
Oh yeah.
We want to talk a bit about that. We want to talk about his farm. We want to talk about his ambitions. We want to talk about what the things he has been doing, and so on and so forth. And by the way, I am Adama Sillah. I am a journalist and also the founder and executive director of Media Initiative for Women and Girls Empowerment, an organization that works in inspiring and empowering young women and girls through media literacy. Judge,
Oh, thank you.
you want to tell our viewers, who is Judge? I know you have so many people on Facebook. So many people have been following your good work on Facebook. So many people are your friends on Facebook. So you want to tell us a bit who you are, who is Judge, or someone that's just watching this video for the first time and don't know who Judge is.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I feel a bit goosebumps sitting next to someone very influential and very kind as you. But at the end, we are all passionate Sierra Leoneans, so I think that is the very first thing I will say about myself. I'm a passionate Sierra Leonean. So my name is George Shedrack Commander, for those who do not know me, and I am the founder of the Necessity Farm, which is a citizenship initiative. So a bit about me is I was attending Prince of Wales, secondary school before I traveled for the States, almost 8.5 years ago.
That's all.
Yeah, it is. It feels so weird coming back home after that long, but I'm happy I kept in touch with friends, with good friends. I'm happy I kept in touch with people who have served as a mentor in my life and things like that. So yeah, in Prince of Wales, I was okay. I was a bit troublesome, but
And you still troublesome.
I try not to be now. But yeah. So I was a studio student. I worked hard, and I was a deputy senior prefect for the class of 2011. I was a debater. I was a quizzer. But all said and done, Judge Shedrack Commander is someone who's very humble, someone who's very passionate about life of public service. I've been blessed to have great opportunity to have shown what I can do, both as a team member, both as a leader, So leading one of the biggest schools in Sierra Leone was something that really fine-tuned me to who I am today. They gave me opportunities to stand in public, to talk, to debate, and to
You
just
have a
grow.
very powerful story, I must admit. So how has life been like all these years, 8 years out of Sierra Leone, in the US, studying law? How has it been like?
Well, that's a mixed blessing. I've had both the success stories, I've had both the failures. And I think it's one thing that we as youth should always be assured to talk about. We're really are keen to talk about our future, our success stories, not our failures. But I think our failures help us to grow. And for me, failures have always inspired me. Like I usually say, the story is the man. You can take away the story from the man. So even if you try to fake it, you have your failures. You have times that you're down. You have moments that that are really you're not proud of. Basically. But over there, I've been blessed to be very close to my mom, who have shaped my life. My identity. But she's a single mom, working hard always. I usually call her the MVP because she's the most valuable person in my life.
Wow. Kudos to you, Mom.
And yeah, and that is where I take my inclusive mentality. I usually say you don't have to be some like one-sided to support the other human sex. You have to be inclusive in whatever you do. So I take that lesson from her. So my mom has been there. There have been times that I was sick. There have been times that I had challenges academically. There have been times that I had broken bones in my body. I had to do surgery on my dental issues and things like that. But these are personal things most people do not know, but We tend
And
not
in the
to-
midst of all of this, you've continued to persevere and
Oh,
continue to
yeah.
work extremely hard, and you're a brilliant student.
Yeah, to that I just give God thanks, for the grace. And now I sit here 7 years or 8 years ago. I've attended, universities in America. I've spoken both at the European Parliament and the United Nations. These are moments that we were dreaming for. They were just building castle in the air. Now they came to fruition. And things like that. So, but yeah, it is just amazing. To see how I've progressed, but that progress have come through the help of God, to my mom and to mentors who have shaped my life, and that is why I came back home to give back.
And now you're home after 8 years of being away.
Yeah.
After 8 years of being away, we have people who are asking questions, but don't worry, we'll answer most of your questions. 8 years of being away, now you're in Freetown, so
Yes.
you're home.
Yes.
Home is home. Home sweet home.
Always across my
So
heart.
I know. So how does this feel like? Being away for 8 years and you're home. Tell me, how's that feeling like?
Well, it feels so real. It feels real, but at the same
A
time,
lot of
it
things
feels.
have changed, right?
Oh yeah, a whole lot of things have changed. I always complain about the hustle and bustle. But me now is the man.
I
not a
know,
small
you nice
crew,
them, Bobo.
So at least I've used to that. Like my first experience when I came is catching the words like, "Brad, the sun hot, the ground dry." But yeah, my reply was, yes, the sun hot, the ground dry, but God there.
Yeah. I know.
But God is here. And things like that. But yeah, it feels good to be back home. I've always relished the opportunity to come back home, and that will always be my life. It will always be my mind. So whenever I'm called upon to come back home to help, I will take it with open hands.
So coming home, you brought along a very brilliant initiative. Because for some people, they'll stay abroad for years and then they'll just come home and just visit family and just decide to go back or just stay in their quiet corner, minding their own business. But you are home and you brought along a brilliant initiative you call the Necessity Farm. One might be wondering, George is here, he is a law student, and he's come to visit.
Yeah.
What is this necessity farm all about, or why necessity farm?
Oh, thank you. That's a brilliant question. So I'll try to answer the first part. What is the Necessity Farm? The Necessity Farm is a citizenship initiative, that seeks to promote and empower youth and children in Sierra Leone. One thing I believe is this: when we thrive, our citizens, our nation thrive. For the primary school level, our goal is to just try to redesign the mindset. Telling them that when they succeed as students, Sierra Leone or Mama Salone succeeds as a nation. So for me, I believe one of the pillars that we have to work on as next generation or as present leaders, because we as youth, we should not limit ourselves. I usually say that, you're never too young to lead. You're never too young to start an initiative that empower one or two people. My goal is not to try to think too big at first, but my goal is to take something from the bottom up and retract that back, top down, so like it's a two-way process.
Bottom top approach.
Yeah, so that is what I seek to instill. I believe as Sierra Leoneans, we need objective citizens at this point in time in our national development, in our state of affairs. We need people that can not only reason with their head, but reason with their heart. You have to love your country to participate in national development. You have to have passion for service. You have to have sense of strong responsibility. You have to have the common good mentality. So my initiative is trying to create that personality, trying to create that mindset, and in total, like a motto states, towards shaping the whole citizen. The whole citizen is someone who's objective, irrespective of affiliations. We all have our affiliations, but irrespective of any kind of affiliation, tribal, political, social, or economic. You go to some parts of the city, you see differences. You see eastern part is a bit different from western part. You see north different. But at the end of the day, we are all Sierra Leoneans. At the end of the day, we are working towards one common goal: empower Sierra Leone. But my goal is not only to preach this, is to also share it out so that we can sustain the progress that we have been making.
So I wanted to reframe my question.
Yeah.
I asked you earlier on what's the necessity farm is all about and why. So to that question, it seems as if you might have identified a problem, or you've been in abroad, you might have noticed, maybe from the news or you've been seeing on social media, some of the challenges we've been faced with as a nation.
Okay.
So could you say, or is it that it's because of all those considerations, the patriotic status in Doyo or in abroad, all those considerations that led to the establishment of the necessity farm, or there are other issues you identified that you want to tell us about?
Absolutely. I think that's one central pillar to why I started this initiative, because we have approximately our citizenry is, I don't want to say this in a negative light because I'm someone who's very optimistic, but we need to empower our citizens. I don't know the exact number now for people who are uneducated, for youth who do not have jobs, for youth who do not have mentors in their life, or youth who do not have the opportunity to stand on their own 2 feet. So my struggle is that I fear if I just stay back in the US, do all my studies, and get all this education and don't come back and give back to my people, to Sierra Leoneans. I believe that is the opportunity we all had, for people who have traveled, for the ones who have succeeded here, and I think it's highly important that we as you tend to empower others, because if we don't uplift others, no one is going to do it for us. And Sierra Leone, we are going to be the one to build Sierra Leone, and no one is going to come in and build it for us. We have to initiate the process. So my goal is to try to create that picture, create that roadmap that say, yes, we can have benchmarks, we can have goals and vision, but at the same time, if our goals and vision do not blend, with that of the nation, we are struggling somewhere. And I think citizenship in this country is a bit lacking for the type of development that we want, for the type of sustainability that we are seeking. My goal is to not only think about now, but think about 20 years from now, think about 15 years from now. If a citizen is still highly uneducated, if a citizen is still do not have opportunities to thrive, whether employment-wise, whether in their own personal and professional life, if that is lacking, our electorate, people that go to vote, I don't think they'll be making excellent choices.
What I want to ask, where do you think the problem lies? What do you think is wrong when it comes to development, youth employment, health facility, sustainability issues when it comes to various sectors? Or what is it you think is lacking in Sierra Leone from your observation? And also what do you think needs to be done in that area?
Well, it's easy to answer the last question, what need to be done, because I believe we have all had snippets of what we need to do as a nation to rise up. Growing up, we are taught that Sierra Leone was once the anthem of Western education. Now, realistically, talking to someone who's highly educated like yourself, are we the anthem of Western education anymore? You don't think so? I'm not putting you on the spot, but yeah. So that is one thing that we need to do. I just wanted to channel my answer in that analogical way, So that is one thing we need to do. We need to empower our citizens. And how do you do that? You educate them. You create opportunities. I'm not only talking about formal education. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about informal education, vocational education, professional education, character education, which is one of our main pillars of the necessity farm, which is trying to build that value, etiquette, morals, and the sense of common good and being able to be altruistic, and things like that. So I think education is one key pillar that I don't care whatever government is in power, they need to increase the amount, the budget for education, because realistically we're struggling. And I think it's high time people see that. I think we as youth, we see that, and our leaders too see that, but I don't know, it's just like a wild wind, something is blowing this way, something is blowing this way, but at the end of the day, education is one sort of pillar that we definitely need to improve upon. And the second thing that from my observation, as a very apolitical citizen at this point in time, as a very passionate Sierra Leonean, I think, like I mentioned earlier, a citizen needs to be more cautious. It needs to be more educated on what they're doing, how they're doing it, and when they're doing it.
Okay. So, Judge, you're not in Sierra Leone, you're in the States, and the necessity farm is in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Sustainability issues. I'm very particular about that.
I know you get in there.
I'm very particular about sustainability issues. So you will come to talk about the launch of the farm very soon. You will explain to us how you intend to go about this, what's happening behind the scene, so that so that our viewers will be getting prepared to attend this amazing launch. But with all of the things you've made mention of, it seems as if you have a lot on your plate.
Yes.
And in achieving that, you need this level of focus, commitment, or perseverance.
Yes.
Because when it comes to developmental issues, out of all what you've said, it has to do with also the mindset,
Yes.
our understanding of things, how patriotic we want to be a citizen, as a way of contributing meaningfully towards the development of Sierra Leone.
Yes.
But sustaining the farm, 1, 2, passing the information for people to understand that this is what the farm is about and this is what the farm wants to achieve is very crucial in all of this.
Yes.
So how do you intend to pass on this information to a wide range of citizens? 1, 2, how do you intend to sustain this ability so that even when you're away for, I don't know for how long you have to leave us again, maybe for another 8 years.
No, not that long. I don't think so.
So when you're away, what happens?
Well, that's a very loaded question,
and
I'm going to try to answer the first
passing
question.
On the information, because it is very important.
Yeah, it is.
To pass on the information, to
It
educate and to sensitize people.
It is.
That is very important.
It is.
Yeah.
To that end, I would say what we're doing now is one step. I think when I came to Sierra Leone, my goal is to try to link up with success stories, and also link up with people who have succeeded, but their stories is not in the limelight. They have never been given any one of the awards that have been given. And so, but what we're doing now, just to provide an example, is Facebook Live. I have over 3,000 friends or something, and at least the video is going to be there for the long haul, And so this is one set of dissemination, but directly, like I mentioned earlier, on top down, bottom up. So my focus is to the grassroots. Even if when I'm gone,
working in communities?
Yes, even when I'm gone, I have a solid team of brilliant minds. We're very small. We're like 6 or 7 solid members, but we are currently in the stage of fine-tuning our own initiatives and how we go to try to do it. And one way we have been doing it so far, let me provide more examples, because as law students we tend to give examples and examples. So what we try to do is, like I mentioned, grassroots. I was invited to speak at Jala University, and on my way there I decided to fund and support an interdepartmental debate, something that has not done for a very long time at Jala University, where we get together debaters from all of the departments, and the topic was the role of women in Sierra Leone politics. And I think that is a very consequential topic at this point in time, and so that way we get the message out by instilling young minds to talk about these issues, what we are disseminating at this point in time. So right now we're going to do our initial steps to do project-based initiatives, sponsorship, funding, mentoring, because I've had received so many invites, but I cannot accept all of them because of the time and because of the logistics, that the process that we have to go through and all of it. Yeah, I'm a young man too. I have responsibilities back home, and things like that. But that is one set of things that we're doing. Then we have a very innovative plan that we're coming up with. And I myself and James Cisse, you might know James Cisse, is a very brilliant and articulative Sierra Leonean, and I think it's someone that he also, we just need to work together for people to see that there are people, that you can bring into your own initiative. You should not be afraid of inviting someone who's more popular or someone who's more out there, things like that. So I think we are trying to have seminars like events where we'll put neutral minds, talk about issues. Like an example would be maybe WAEC cheating or exam cheating, and things like that. These are national consciousness issues that we need to drill down, not only in terms of disseminating, but also in trying to find new innovative ideas of solving them. I was in conversation with a good friend of mine, and I was telling him how effective the Anti-Corruption Commission have been over these past few years, and things like that. If we try to do this as youth, these institutions will definitely see the progress. But when we just lay back, things don't work out. Our institutions will always be weak. And one way we are trying to preach, because for my side of the eye too, I'll be writing, I'll be publishing essays and things like that. That is also another form of advocacy that we are using. Publication, trying to have like the ABCs of professional etiquette. We got to try to do every form of advocacy that is available to us. That is why we have few people. We have people that can think, people that can write, people that can go out there in the community and just try to uplift people, because we need that every day. We need that ability. So seminars, sponsorship, direct communication via our communities, and just being able to talk to people. Maybe you can meet someone in the street, just say, can I tell you about my initiative? And can I say, what is your own initiative? How can I be of help? I've always stretched my hands to other people who are doing excellently well in Sierra Leone, whether by supporting them with my own idea, supporting them with anything, that I can give back. So we are molding and shaping this vision for now. But what I can say towards shaping the old citizen is everyone's business, it's everyone's initiative. And I'm open to partner with brilliant minds, and that is what I'm doing right now with you.
I know. So we'll come back to sustainability
Yes.
issues. So how do you intend, I want to assume that you made mention of the brilliant minds you have.
Yeah.
So they're going to be on the ground in your absence, trying to push forward the things. Am I right? So is that part of your sustainability plan?
Yes. That is also our pillars, like mentorship. These are people that have succeeded irrespective of the hardship that they have faced in Sierra Leone. Over the years, we have had looked up to mentors that have a different skin color like us, or living abroad or things like that. One way of me trying to reshape or redesign that mentorship is not to emulate that, like to eradicate it, but to say yes, you can have mentors that don't look like you. We all have people that we have looked up to: Barack Obama, Kofi Annan, Nelson Mandela, John F. Kennedy, and things like that. But my goal is to try to bring mentorship live to Sierra Leoneans, people who have succeeded in their communities, that we all are struggling, to try to share their story, to try to connect them with people that relate not only with their professional links, but also with their personal aspirations. I think if we serve as mentors to one another, I think Sierra Leone will develop a good citizenry in the next 15 years.
Thank you so much, George. Well, he's George Shedra Commander. He is the founder of the Necessity Farm towards shaping the whole citizen, and also he's a law student in the US. Now we have a book here published by George. Is it? Where? Alright, there we go. So it reads: inspirational, enlightening, empowering, prophetic, reflective, complex, and provocative are the words that come to mind when reading Ibn's Eventualities in Africa by no, George Shedra Commander. Eventualities in Africa, silent challenges, points.
Yes.
You're a good writer.
I try. I
So
try.
this is very powerful. Being a student,
Yes.
writing a book, where did this inspiration came from?
Well, came to my passion for service, and I think I wrote this book in a very somber time in my life. I was mourning the loss of my brother, Peter James Commander. So this was my own way to
Oh, I'm so sorry.
stay focused, because I had to stay strong for my mom, because if I didn't, we would both be going through massive the process of mourning is really hard. But this is what I was doing. I couldn't cry in front of her, so I'll just go into my room and start writing. And I have brilliant help from mentors. People that helped me edit the book, Miss Mercedes Hoff, my mentors, and I worked at the European Parliament. My other mentor there, who gave me the opportunity to work with him, and Petros Ostovicius, so Lithuanian MEP, and it gave me financial support also, and yeah, it's just the passion to give back to my society. So this for me was just to get out the anger, the frustration. So the next one that I'm working on is policy oriented. It's policy focused. It's trying to not only talk about the problems anymore, but to offer solutions, innovative solutions to it. I think we all as youth should try to venture in writing down our ideas. I think it's good for the future. It's good for our next
So
generation.
is this book just been sold in the US or?
It's sold on Amazon. I brought several copies with me, not intending to sell any, but just to give to people who have shaped my life when I was here. Just my way of saying thank you to them. But I've also gave to Jala University. I left couple there. I left couple also with my alma mater, Prince of Wales. I'm also trying to connect if they can put in the Sierra Leone Library, and maybe have a minor partnership with the Ministry of Education, before I leave.
So
And
what is it? What were the major areas you focused on in this book? For someone who might not have the opportunity at the end of the day
Okay.
to read the book, but they would know that you published a book and these were the areas you looked at. At least to give people the urge to try to get the book
Okay.
from Amazon or to just try to chase return.
yeah, then I'll have a signed copy for everyone. But what I'm going to do before I answer that, I'm going to have almost 500 copies shipped here when I'm back, so that it can be in a
Oh my
location.
God, that's so powerful.
So it can be in a location where people can get it, can have access to it. But on Amazon, you can just type my name, George Commander, and it can come up and things like that. And it's really wild to know that I received a notification from Amazon telling me that I've sold over 1,000 copies online, and I
Whoa,
couldn't believe it, because I was
That's
hoping,
huge.
I was hoping to sell maybe 150. It's, when you're a writer, your first work is always crappy.
I know.
And I don't think it's my best work yet, but I think it's a step towards
So when
that
is the
direction.
next book going to be published?
Lawyers don't answer future questions. But yeah, with time. But
I just wanted to put you on the limelight, so I put you under undue pressure. So you
well,
start working so hard to publish.
maybe
the next
before 2023.
I'm on
Yeah.
your neck.
But yeah, but basically the main areas that I focused on was social change, good governance, global governance, mindset shift or paradigm shift of how we think about policies and how we think about our own development and sustainability. Because progress is progress when it is sustainable. And that is what we have not managed to successfully do in Sierra Leone, but we are on that track. As a Sierra Leonean, when I was in the state looking in, now, I think we have made progress. But my question now, with my initiative and what I try to sell out, is how can we sustain this progress? What we have to do to not only galvanize it, but to sustain it. So this book is about social change and good governance. I want everyone to be on their toes. I didn't leave anyone out. I bashed out the people, I bashed out the leaders, I bashed out myself for being inactive a national development while I'm away. But this is my only two contribution to Mama Salone and to Africa
And
as
this
a whole.
book is dedicated to your elder brother, Peter James Kamanda,
Yeah.
for his memory and lasting mentorship, and to all African youths working towards effecting social change in their communities and across Africa.
Yes.
The future is ours.
Definitely.
Indeed, this is very powerful, and I want to extend my sincere condolences to you for the loss of your brother.
Thank you.
All is well. Now, so finally, let's talk about the launching Saturday. Yeah, what's
Exciting.
happening? What's happening?
It's going to be like a very formal basic launch, but it's just something that we have to do not only because of how we want to portray, because it's very professional. I have to go back and have to do a report because I came here with a fellowship from my law school, Case Western Reserve School of Law, and thanks to the mentors that I have there and the law schools dean, Michael Dean Shaft, who supported this vision for me to be here. So I'm grateful to them, also to my mom, for being the first for everything. Even all of these points, the first leader is my mom. And she's the real MVP, and so, but yeah, the launch on Saturday is the 22nd, this Saturday at 10 a.m. at Officer American Corner, Battle Street.
Is it an open event or
well,
it's by invitation or
I think it's by
registration?
invitation, because the Officer American Corner can only take up to 75 people. And for now, I've had more than 75, and I'm concerned, because I don't want people to come, then they are unable to get what they came for, But that is why we are doing this, so other people can look at this video and just say, yes, I've had a bit about the vision, about the project, about the initiative. So that day we're just going to have a basic introduction and things like that. Some beautiful minds there, including yourself, hopefully.
I can't wait.
But yeah, we have speaker. I have a mentor of mine who's going to do the introduction. But me, his name is Joseph Smith Jr. He's a very promising Sierra Leonean. He's currently studying law with you guys. You might know him because you guys are in the same class.
We're in the same class?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And he has a master's degree. He's a very powerful young man. He's been the Peace and Conflict president for the FPC, and he's a mentor. He's the one that showed me the way to attend principles. Although I managed
He's a long-standing mentor.
Oh yeah, and I think he can be able to speak well on my behalf,
and things. So well.
Yeah, and I'm really inspired by him. I don't usually call everyone my mentor, but if I call you my mentor, that means I really respect what you stand for, what you do, and what you represent. So, but yeah, we're going to have other NGO group coming. Like we are hoping to have Leon join us, and I'm really excited to welcome the other students from Prince of Wales, my primary school, St. Philip Primary School. I'll be speaking, in fact, tomorrow on their graduation as the keynote speaker. And yeah, brilliant minds and influential people like yourself.
If I want to be part of the necessity farm,
okay.
Do I need any? What are the criteria for me to be part of it?
Well, at this early stage, is somehow, let me say, closed, because we're trying to have structure. But we have a team members already. We have 7 people, and one of them is multiple of them. If I say one now, I'll get in trouble when I get out of here. We have Annabelle Lewis Hines, the former deputy Edgar Lafani Walsh. We have Umu Alberto, and these are people that are really, really good thinkers and good policy minds. Strategies. So I like tapping positively. I'll usually nag them that their head is like a gold mine that needs to positively tap into.
That the future is female.
Okay.
I don't want us to talk gender, but I'm just making a point.
Yeah, definitely. The future is female. The future is inclusion. The future is humanity as a whole. But I have people. James Cisse, like I mentioned earlier. I have brilliant minds that I will be partnership with Young Cisse. And brilliant Sierra Leoneans. That I think they're all objective Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of whatever they represent, and that is my goal. I strongly and wholeheartedly want to push for that mentorship we are lacking mentorship. You know, you don't only have to do your dissertation for you to have a mentor in your life that help you to pick a cause or do something else. You have to have that constant, and that is what I believe. That is what have helped me where I am today, and I thank God for
So
that
it means
opportunity.
for now, membership is closed.
Yeah, for now, but everyone have access to the page. Everyone can send in their recommendations, can participate in our events, you know, because we're going to try to have multiple events like this come in, you know, we're going to have debates and things like that, you know, an open forum, you know, where youth can take out the anger, but at the end we manage to find a quorum and do it policy oriented.
Wow,
You know, so,
wow, wow, wow,
but yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. So thank you, Sierra Leoneans. Thank you, but remember, this will be my last word if I'm going to steal the show, because I can't steal the show from this lady.
You want to round up. What,
Yeah.
like, what message would you want to leave with people out there watching this live video now? What's it you want to say to them? You know, a word of advice or something?
Well, to start off with, I would say the word citizens, you know, determines inclusion or exclusion. And it is common sense for us to know as Sierra Leoneans and as youth and future leaders and generation thinkers and policy analysts or strategists, like the brilliant one I have next to me, that when we thrive as a citizen, when we thrive as a student, when we thrive in whatever we do, Mama Salon thrive. You know, and that is the holistic vision of the necessity fund. And I enlist your help. I call on all Sierra Leoneans to be objective. I call on all Sierra Leoneans to be passionate about service, public service, you know, and giving back to the society and allowing us all as you to mentor one another. With that, we can build a lasting, sustainable citizenry. With that, we can help Mama Salon be once again the anthem of Western education. We can do it, right?
Yeah, we can.
We can do it. So, and with that, I just want to say thank you. And I really enjoyed my stay here in Sierra Leone, and I really enjoyed my time. And trust me, I'll be coming back. I'll be coming back.
That's so nice. That's so powerful. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you,
Well,
and thank to you too for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Pleasure's all
You know.
mine.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, well,
I'm gonna say a special thank you to that beautiful lady at home. Her name is Teresa. Hey, if you're watching. Uncle is
I'll
here.
have to play this video for her. Anyways, thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. Please just like and share this video. It's really very inspirational, as we've heard from our brother here. He's been in the US for 8 years, and he's in law school. Presently, he's written this book, published this book, and have plans of publishing more books, maybe like 10, 15, 20.
Amen.
He's going to fill up a library. And he's coming up on Saturday. He's having his lunch of his necessity farm at the Africell American Corner. Well, unfortunately, it's by invitation, because he wants to really ensure that the program turns out to be a successful one. But in the interim, you don't happen to be at the Africell American Corner, the whole program will be live on Facebook. So you can just come to his page on Saturday and see what is happening. Just support a brother through. And as we've heard from him, it's about time we all, as Sierra Leoneans, inculcate this habit of patriotism. We have to be patriotic, we have to think positively, we have to ensure that in our own little way we contribute meaningfully towards societal development. It does not matter the political party you find yourself. What we have to think about is Sierra Leone first, and Sierra Leone above every other thing. So we have to be patriotic, we have to think Sierra Leone, we have to work extremely hard, we have to be supportive to each other, and by that way we can once again become the Athens of West Africa. So till then, when we will come back after 8 years.
Oh no. You know,
After
I need
2
to
years.
find my phone.
Oh,
Yeah, so that is something.
we'll just you guys later what this is all about. But till then, thank you so much,
Thank
Judge.
you.
And
Thank
I've
you.
just been here supporting my brother, and we'll be at the Africell American Corner on Saturday, but we'll keep you posted with photos, with what's happening. And as we heard from him, this is about mentorship, and we have to support him to ensure that this dream, this vision is actualized. Thank you so much, everyone.
Vision. You are a phenomenal woman.
Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
till then, I'm Adama Sillah.
And I'm George Shida, Commander.
Right.
Thank you.